Hello. Welcome to the second episode of this December series on data visualization. And today we are continuing from where we stopped. Last week we covered data visualization and we saw how to plot one numeric variable. So today and this week we are looking at how can you describe or plot two numeric variables, and as you can see from this, we are having a scatter plot, and we use scatter plots every time we want to visualize two numeric variables and want to study the relationship that exists between these two numeric variables. So let's head on to Rstudio and begin. So now that we are in Rstudio, let's pick up from where we stopped. As you can see, last time we used a Star Wars dataset. However, this time round we are going to make use of the Storms dataset. So instead of Star Wars here, let's change this to Storms. Likewise here, Storms. Let's save it as top. So let's run these 3 lines of code. Our dataset has been loaded. So here we are. We are making use of these 2 columns, wind and then pressure. So let's go back to our script. Let's label these two numeric variables. Then we call ggplot function. We haven't called in the library yet. Let's load the library. So it is that. Then we come back down. We call the ggplot function. We pass in our data store. And then we pass in the aesthetics. Our X value will be pressure. Our Y will be wind. And then we add a geom layer. Geom point. To give us a scatter plot. So we run this. We increase this a bit to be able to see what's happening. So when we run this line of code, we should be able to come up with a scatter plot. So here we are. We have our scatter plot showing the wind and the pressure. Now, today I am also going to show you how you can change these axis labels or title. I'll show you how to add title to the chart and include a subtitle if you're interested in one. And then lastly, you'll also learn how to add a trend line to this plot. So let's copy this to a new line. Control V. So after we can add another layer here, a geom smooth to add the trend line. Use the geom smooth function. And then you have to specify the method. Let's have it as a linear model so that it gives us a line, straight line. Then we have to set the standard error or SE to false because the default is true. We don't need them. Then yeah, we can give it a color. Let's go with red for our trend line. So let's plot this. R is processing, so just wait. We need there it is. So you have your plot with the trend line. Next, we need to add a title to this plot. So there are two methods that you can use here. Let's go with the first. So you can use gg title function from ggplot2, and you specify the title, the relationship between air pressure and wind speed. So this adds this as a title to your plot. There it is. Just increase this window a bit. Next, in the same ggtitle function, you can pass a second argument, subtitle. Subtitle equals, then you specify it. So let's put it that, let's just give a description of what's happening here. So from here you can see that an increase in the air pressure leads to a decrease in wind pressure. So that's what we write. An increase in air pressure leads to a decrease in wind speed. Run that. So there you have your title and your subtitle. Now the second option that you can use is to use the labs function. This, you can type in your title. Let me just copy from here. It also takes in the subtitle argument. So I'm going to copy both and paste them. we run this, should give us the same outcome. There you go. Now, within the labs function, you can as well pass in the x and y axis titles using x equals our x is pressure, so we're putting air pressure, Next, we can change the y-axis as well. So we have y equals to wind speed. Y equals to wind speed. So if we run this, should be able to observe the changes made. Let's just hold on. Great. So as you can see, our y-axis has been changed from wind to wind speed, and the x-axis has been changed from pressure to air pressure. This marks the end of our second episode. I hope you learned something new today. It's been nice sharing this with you. If you enjoyed the content, like and subscribe to be updated on any new releases. Thank you. Happy learning.